One of the most expensive leadership mistakes begin with a decision that looks completely reasonable. The best employee gets promoted. The company wants to reward performance, retain talent, and fill an important opening with someone it already trusts. But sometimes the company loses a great employee and gains an unprepared manager. Performance may earn the opportunity. Preparation determines what happens next. The problem is not that the high performers should not become leaders. Many of them become exceptional leaders. The problem is assuming that the success in one role automatically predicts success in another. Closing sales is not the same as coaching a struggling employee. Running a process is not the same as rebuilding trust. Solving problems quickly is not the same as helping someone else learn to solve them. Before promoting someone, ask a better question. What will this person be required to do in the new role that their current role has never required them to? A promotion should be treated as a role transition, not simply a reward. I once worked with a yard foreman who was doing a fabulous job. He scheduled the work, he kept people engaged, he prevented problems, he followed through. He was dependable, respected, and very good at what he did. But he also wanted to progress. He wanted more income. He didn't want to feel stuck. And at the time, we both assumed that moving into sales was a logical step. An opening became available and we moved him in quickly. He received basic training, but almost everything about his daily rhythm changed. The work that he once made him feel confident and useful was gone. He struggled. During one of our weekly conversations, I asked him a simple question: "Are you enjoying this job?" He quickly answered no. When he really, what he really loved was what he was doing out in the yard. He loved the people that he worked with. He had moved into sales because it looked like an advancement, not because it matched his strengths. We eventually moved him back, added some additional responsibility, created a better path for him to receive higher pay, and he became successful again because we stopped confusing a new title with meaningful progression. A new manager may feel prepared while the work is still about schedules, reports, customer issues, and familiar processes. Then the first serious people problem arises. An employee is frustrated. Another one has stopped speaking up. Trust is weakened. A difficult conversation has been delayed for months. The new manager suddenly realizes that no one taught them how to handle emotion, conflict, disengagement, or trusted or damaged trust. They may fumble the conversation, lose confidence, avoid the problem, or hand everything to human resource. HR supports may be appropriate, but transferring every difficult situation prevents the manager from developing the judgment the role requires. Trial and error will always be part of a leadership role as part of an advancement, but it should never be the entire leadership development plan. This is also where micromanagement often begins. New managers no longer receive the same satisfaction from completing familiar work. They watch their replacement perform the old job differently. They urge to step back in. It becomes irresistible. They forget that their own expertise took years to develop and they expect somebody else to master this in weeks. So they overcorrect every detail. They take work back. They solve problems before the employee has a chance to think and learn. The replacement cannot grow. The manager never fully enters his new role because he's still filling his past. The title changed, the identity did not. One of the strongest signs that somebody is ready to lead is that they have already started developing other people. They find someone who wants to learn. They explain the judgment behind the task, not only the steps. They give honest feedback. They allow practice. They let other person take decisions. They don't protect the knowledge to remain indispensable. They share their knowledge so the team can become stronger. If you're preparing for leadership, train someone who can carry meaningful responsibility without you. Let that person become confident. Let them improve the process. Be willing to develop somebody who may eventually become better than you. I've always said, train your replacement if you want a promotion. Giving away knowledge does not reduce your value, it just demonstrates your leadership. Organizations also need to look beyond the traditional scorecard. Notice the person who helps a struggling teammate without being asked. Notice who shares credit, who keeps commitments, who listens well, and strengthens the culture when pressure arises. Ask about how a promotion candidate responds when somebody is frustrated. Do they become impatient? Do they become curious? Do they share what they know? Can they give feedback without dismissing the person receiving it? Technical gaps can often be trained. Missing humility, empathy, and respect are much harder to repair after the promotion. We should not stop promoting high performance. We should stop assuming that performance alone is preparation. Before the promotion, success is measured largely by personal accomplishments. After the promotion, success is measured by the results and growth of other people. That shift requires coaching, delegation, feedback, conflict skills, emotional regulation, and the willingness to let somebody else succeed. Have you ever seen a promotion that looks like progress on paper but turned out to be wrong? Let me know what happened there. Tell me what it taught you. And in our next leadership minute, we will look at why delegation fails and how leaders learn to let go well. Final thought, great employees can become great leaders, but the transition must be developed, not assumed.